Hello there, Internet. This is your boy, Mac Daddy Mace, coming to you from Darth Wacky Videos here on YouTube. This is my first video, so I want to thank everybody for coming and seeing what I got going on. Hope you enjoy it. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment below talking about what you like, what you didn't like, maybe things I can improve on, subject matters we want to talk about a little later. So I'm a very big movie buff. You name it, I've probably seen it. From action, comedy. I'm a big buff on anime and what I call Z grade Japanese sci-fi movies from the 50s and 60s. Bollywood. I just recently watched RRR, Rise, Revolt, Roar. Great movie. Highly recommend you check it out. There's just something about a guy getting beat in public with a cattail and him singing about it. It's not funny, but it's just off-putting. But a great movie. Last week with my brother, I decided to go see Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. And we decided to make a triple matinee on it with also The Beast Within 2024 and Quiet Place Day 1. And I thought I'd give you some my input on this, what I thought about the movies, and whether or not you need to go spend your hard-earned money on it. Because one of the worst things for me is to spend my money on a movie that I absolutely hate. You know, you're going 10, 13, sometimes 15 bucks to go to a movie theater, and you come out realizing you hated the movie, then that's going to put you, in a sour mood. So let's talk about Deadpool 3, The Beast Within, and Quiet Place Day 1. There we go. So I've already made 2 videos on this. It's very short videos on my Facebook account. I have a link in the description. So is this movie worth going seeing? Absolutely. That is a positive yes. The story's great. I was very surprised in the story. In fact, I was not really looking forward to this movie, mainly because I figured it'd be woke and all the politically correct trash that Disney's been doing lately. And they didn't. It was a solid movie. Getting burnt out on the multiverse, DC did it with their TV series, so I was like, but they did it very well. The characters they did justice to. Deadpool, even Wolverine has a new redemption arc in this. It's good to go. All the characters were solid. The action scenes, the fight scenes were good. Some of them funny as hell. If you cringe on seeing people get stabbed in the nuts and the butt, just forewarned. All the side characters that gets their chance to shine in the spotlight. Again, great work, great actors doing a good job. You got guys reprising their role from mid 1990s movies, and I was like, I was so very surprised when these people came on the screen, watching the entire crowd go nuts. One of the cameos that you'll see, and they're talking about it on the internet, is Henry Cavill, guy who plays Superman on DC. He does a little 15-second cameo as one of the characters. Does a solid, excellent job. Um, there's been rumors I've been hearing that he might take over, but I doubt that, considering what Hugh Jackman stated, that he's going to continue playing the role. So hopefully he might play another role. Been hearing rumors about Captain Britain, since DC kicked him to the curb for the new James Gunn DC universe. Their loss, hopefully Marvel's gain. As long as they don't woke it, it'll be good. The main bad guy, Cassandra Nova, I was surprised they used her. She made a really good bad guy in this, a complex bad guy. In my Facebook reviews, I talk a little bit about her background in the comics. They kind of talk about it a little bit. They don't go into a lot of her background, but makes a really great bad guy. There's really only 2 things that I found negative. One's just nitpicking, and that was the post-credit scene. It was lackluster. It didn't set up anything for a new movie, whether it be a Deadpool movie or a Deadpool and Wolverine movie, or any of the new or soon to come Marvel movies. It was just 60 seconds to really just wasting my time. Just, it had no momentum. It didn't have anything to offer. My biggest gripe would be the music. Now, there's a lot of cover songs. They're good cover songs. In the beginning, you got the Backdoor Boys. I'm sorry, I meant the Backstreet Boys doing one of their songs, and it worked well for that scene. It was good. I'm not into bubblegum music. The instrumental music was really forgettable. Just there was nothing that really stand out for me. There wasn't, it wasn't John Williams. It wasn't Jerry Goldsmith. It was just mediocre. And they didn't have a main theme song like they did in the last two movies. You had Team Headkick with the Deadpool song, the X-Force song in the sequel, and of course with Celine Dion's song. So they didn't have that. They did a couple of cover songs. So that was a little bit of a letdown. But overall, this was a great movie. So, should you go see this movie? Absolutely. It's worth the $13, $15, whatever it takes to go see the movie. Highly recommend it. It is definitely rewatchable. So our next movie is The Beast Within. So this movie is about a family, dad, mom, daughter, and a grandpa dealing with werewolves. The main character, Cat Harrington, he plays Will, the dad. And if you don't know that name, that is the guy who played Jon Snow on Game of Thrones. Grandpa was played by a gentleman named James Cosmo. I like him. He does a lot of great movies. Probably the most famous role you will probably remember him from, he played Grandpa, the tough old man from Braveheart. So like I said, great actor. This movie was kind of 50-50 for me. The story was solid, good acting, the special effects were good. The monster werewolf was okay. You really didn't see a whole lot of it. Only about 10 minutes in the movie. One thing I did really like was the scenery of the landscape of Scotland. It was just beautiful, captivating. It was a competent made movie by a competent director. But this is my main issue. We were lied to for what it was. Beast Within is not a horror movie. It is not a werewolf movie. It is a slow burn. And when I say slow burn, I mean very slow burn. Psychological, dysfunctional family drama with a little bit of supernatural added to it. Wasn't horrifying. There was no scary scenes. It wasn't even jump scares. It wasn't suspenseful. It was lacking suspense and no gore. You got one or two blood shots, but nothing that like a horror movie should have. The ending was slightly predictable. I had two ideas on where the movie was going. I was, I'd say, halfway right how the movie ended, and it was lackluster. Didn't have that, bombastic, epic ending, or just, the suspense endings. What's going to happen? It was just, anticlimactic. The werewolf, it was mostly in the shadows. You really didn't get a good view of it the last 10 minutes. And from what you could see, it looked pretty decent. They probably hide it in the shadows to hide, the CGI mistakes or the special effects mistakes, the wrists, the stomach, the neck seams, things like that. Unfortunately, this is it's very forgettable and it's not really rewatchable. Like I said, it is a psychological movie. It's not a horror movie, and it's not really a werewolf movie. So, is it worth watching? Yes and no. Uh, it's out in the theaters right now, and I think soon it's going to be coming to video on demand. Is it worth going to the movies? No. Now, like I said, if you like psychological movies, you like that type of stuff, 7 out of 10. But if you want horror, you want a werewolf movie, this is probably going to be a 1 or 2 out of 10. So my personal recommendation, wait until it comes video on demand. If it's $1 or $2, get it. If it's more than that, wait till it comes to HBO or Skinamax or Showtime or something like that. That was just it was a real letdown. 'Cause I was looking for something scary, some sort of horror, just give me a good thrill, a good werewolf movie. And unfortunately, it failed to deliver. So our next one on our triple matinee was Quiet Place Day One. Not a whole lot to say on this. I did not like it. Much like The Beast Within, it is competently made by a competent director. The actors are good. They do their roles well. The monsters look good. The scenery looks good. Death and devastation. There, I said it right. All over the place. It should have been a great movie, but it's not. It lacks everything. Lacks heart. It lacks a really good script. Something to keep you focused on the script. It's really just a repeat of the first and second one. Everything you've seen from the first and the second one, you're seeing here. There's nothing new. One of my gripes is the character Henry, and I apologize if I butchered this dude's name, Jamon Hunju. I hope I said that right. He plays Henry. He is a character from the second one. So this is a prequel, and got the first one where the husband dies, the wife survives having a kid, taking her kids, and moving off. And in the second one, they find themselves on an island off the bay with a couple of guys, Judd Law being one, and Jamon Hunju being another guy, Henry. So he shows up in this prequel for about 15 minutes in the beginning and about 5 minutes at the end. And his character really does nothing for the storyline. I think they just put him in there to have people come see it. Hey, this guy was from the last one. Let's go see it, And I don't understand why, because his character survives. And you can take his character out and it won't change any of the story. So that was a little bit of a downer. Talking about not adding anything to the lore, to the canon, there was a little spoiler here, one scene in the movie. We see the monsters, a big one, or a queen, or some sort of guardian or something, watching over what looks like spores. And we don't know if they're eggs, it's food, they're doing something to the people. Looks like one's eating one. So we're not 100% sure what's going on here. But they don't elaborate. I mean, they just kind of leave it a guessing game, just to try to figure it out. But everything we learn in this movie, we learned from the first one. They're sensitive to sound. We learned in the second one they can't swim. So this is, I don't know, they're trying to make a money grab, writing a B-grade movie with a $300 million budget. Unfortunately, that's what it is. It's very forgettable, but tomorrow I'll forget it. It's not really rewatchable, so I'm unfortunately I'm going to have to give it a 1. Just one of those movies. Wait till it comes to sci-fi, and a friend of yours got it on DVD for free. Hey, watch it then. But I do not recommend spending money on bad movie. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. So, real quickly, that was my 3 thoughts on a triple matinee we did last week. Deadpool 3, The Beast Within, and Quiet Place Day One. I hope this gives you an insight whether or not to go spend your money or save your money, especially in this economy. We got to do that. So real quickly, my channel is going to be about movies, books, entertainment, board games, role-playing games. Hopefully movies that or books that you might not know of or have forgotten about, and just reintroduce them to you and bring some more entertainment to you. Of course, I might be talking a little bit also about financial advice, financial concepts. I am a financial advisor by trade, so I teach people financial concepts and I help them solve their financial problems. I always tell people, Dave Ramsey, he's on YouTube. Pretty much he's a financial guru guy. I kind of do what he does, but I just do it better and I do it for free. So in the future, hopefully we'll do some more videos. Again, please leave a comment behind. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, what things I can improve on. And until then, you guys be safe, you guys have fun, and Semper Fi, always.